computer and keep going.
Okay. So I'm Dr. Jacqueline King, and I'm the founder of an organization called Black Women Empowered Incorporated. And we also have a nonprofit, which is Black Women Empowered Safe Haven, that works with homeless female veterans. But Black Women Empowered Incorporated was started, we'll be 10 years in November. And the purpose of starting Black Women Empowered Incorporated came out of Black Girls Rock. I was actually sitting there watching the first Black Girls Rock and watching the excitement on Facebook. God spoke to me and said, after the show, do Black girls still rock? Or is this like, one time thing? Or so that's why I started Black Women Empowered on Facebook with about 200 women in a group.
Hmm.
We now have over 4 million followers on Facebook. We have 40,000 followers in South Africa, Uganda. We have followers in Uganda, St. Thomas, Kenya, and just really everywhere. Indonesia, we have Latina women empowered. So basically, it was built on having a relationship with God and
Hmm.
encouraging women to love themselves and to love and support one another. That was the foundation. We now are a Christian network that also we encourage and we empower women through our network and the ministry of Jesus Christ.
Hmm.
So what we do is we have many different moderators that come on, preachers, ministers, teachers, leaders that come on our Facebook page and they teach and they preach. And we previously did Bible study. We used to have something going on every day of the week, all day. And we also post inspirational posts, um, graphics, and videos. So the reason I know that people follow us is because we give people hope. And
Hmm.
it's not just for Black women, it's for all women, but the title is what the name that God gave me. And as I explained to Mary, the Black woman's plight is a lot different than many others. So we need a little more encouragement based on what we have to go through on a daily basis. And some people may not ever understand that, but it is true. It's a fact. It's a proven fact. So that's why we do that. And we found that Black women really like the fact that they have something that they can call theirs. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Without having to, apologize. You can come with your locks and your whatever. You can be you.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that we continue. One of the reasons I think we continue to get followers, but the other reason is because we put God first.
Hmm.
And, I'm a firm believer that you can't make it in life without him, or higher being, whatever you call it. But I call it God, Jesus
Hmm.
Christ. That's my
Hmm.
savior.
Hmm.
So uh, we just hit 100,000 followers on LinkedIn yesterday.
My goodness,
Yeah, we have.
fantastic.
God is good. Yeah, we have a LinkedIn page. We have 70,000 on Instagram, 95,000 on Pinterest. And I even branched out and went to TikTok, and that's pretty funny. So
Oh.
so with the TikTok, we're at 4,000 followers, and TikTok is for the young, but I do the same thing that I do everywhere else. I didn't change it.
Uh-huh.
So basically, God has expanded our territory. We just launched our own streaming platform, Monique,
Hmm.
and it's just amazing how He's opening up so many doors. So it's not like your typical streaming platform where you just go on and watch movies. Our tagline is BWE is where empowerment and entertainment reside in one place. So
Mm.
we do leadership, we do comedy. We will be doing comedy, reality shows, empowerment. We have people like yourself who I am going to try to draft on
All right. All right.
to come on and just empower. That's what we do. So we'll be moving. Right now, we're on our website, which is bwenetwork.com. We're streaming, but we'll soon be on Roku and Fire TV. and we will have our own app, and we're looking to be on Apple TV and any place that you can stream.
Oh
So
my gosh.
yes.
Oh, this is fantastic.
It is awesome. And I'm just I'm really honored that and humbled that God would choose me as the visionary for
Mhm.
this great opportunity to empower the world, really.
It truly is to empower the world. It truly, truly, truly is. And so tell me about the more about the empowerment part of what you want to do. I'll tell you before you start. Um, I am I really am a stranger to live streaming and all of that. I don't watch television. I don't watch movies, um, except when I fly. And of course, I haven't flown in over a year. Um, so this kind of platform, I hear people talking about it all the time, but how
Mhm.
does it work?
I love it. You don't want, and I'm a news junkie. So basically, there's several ways. So there are streaming devices. Roku is one of them. Amazon has one called Fire Stick, and now they're making the TVs where they're actually built in. And
Mhm,
basically, if you have Wi-Fi, you can stream. You can
mhm,
stream. It's so much going on. I'm telling you that it's the future because there's a app that's called Tubi, and when they came out, it was really low budget movies. They were just getting like, to me, I was, and I don't want to I don't want to go, but the movies were very low budget.
mhm.
Um, Fox just bought them for $400 million.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So streaming is what's happening. I believe that it's really going to do away with cable TV altogether.
okay.
There, everybody's getting into it. NBC just launched their streaming platform, Peacock. Everybody's doing it. So now is the time to get into it while it's still fresh.
Mhm,
But it's
okay.
it's just another way to watch entertainment rather than paying those high cable bills that people have been paying for years.
Okay. So is live streaming free? Well, you have to be a member, or how does that work?
Well, it depends. Okay, so if you get the box, the streaming device, there are programs that are free. Ours is free.
Mhm,
We started off with a paid, and we decided we didn't want to charge our followers. So ours is free, but
mhm,
there are some that are paid, like Netflix and Sling TV. There's different ones. So it
mhm.
depends, but you can go on there and find some free stuff. If you have the device, you don't have to necessarily pay. The really what you pay for is the internet.
Okay. Got it.
Mhm.
Got it. Got it.
So it's a great opportunity. We actually will have our own TV channel, and I'm excited about it. My business partner Annette Groves is an amazing young woman out of Atlanta. We currently have a production studio in Atlanta. We're looking to launch one in Chicago. I just connected with a young man there yesterday. We have a production person in California,
Mhm,
so we're also be producing our own original content. We have a reality show coming on there about a couple, an African American couple that goes around and delivers dogs to people's houses all over the United States.
okay.
Um, yeah, so there's a lot that will be uh, will be doing. So it'll be so much diversity and variety.
Fantastic. Okay. So you mentioned Roku, and so it's not that I had never heard of them before. I actually, a couple of years ago, was interviewed by Jack Canfield for his talking about success show, and I know that all that was going to be put on Roku first and all of that, but honestly, I've never seen it because I just don't have it. So it's wonderful to hear that you are going to be on there as well and on all these other kinds of live streamings as well. So now I want to ask you about the empowerment part of what you're going to be doing. You said entertainment and empowerment. So tell me about the empowerment part.
So the empowerment part, we have the ministers that are on our platform. We have about 31 of them. They actually go and they do teaching, preaching, We have live preaching. My former pastor does a live preaching. A lot of them do just like kind of like Bible study.
Mhm.
We have Dr. Alfred Smith has a segment called Black Dads University,
Mhm.
and he teaches how to be a father.
Mhm.
Uh, Dr. Jonathan Lotson teaches about leadership. So it's really the empowerment is wide. We have Dr. Teelan Smith does my political faith. So I mean, I could go on and on, and actually, you could go on your computer on bwenetwork.com and you can see it. You can look at it and browse around because, like I said, we just made it free.
Mhm. PWEnetwork.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's opening up right now. Okay. And so um, your audience is women, um, women
Well,
of all.
actually, we're diverse. I also launched Black Men Empowered.
Okay.
So we have a lot of men on our platform,
Okay.
but predominantly, I would say probably about 95% of our audience is women, but
Okay.
we do empower men too.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. So this is open on my screen now, and I see it's beautiful purple. Purple is my color.
It is that's
Purple.
been our color forever.
Mhm.
So you'll just have to scroll down and you'll see the different broadcasters and what the name of their story. We also have Dr. Nakisha Hammond, who is a psychologist, and she has been with us probably about 4 years. She does mental health moment. I'm
Mhm.
big on mental health education. I actually served on the National Alliance of Mental Illness for quite a few years,
Mm.
and when I was a commissioner for the city of Greensboro, the vice chair of human relations,
Mhm.
and I did programs for the city on mental illness education. So that's my baby.
Okay.
I'll be doing a segment on Clubhouse this Sunday evening, along with quite a few people on mental illness in the Black church, and that should be exciting. So
Okay.
yeah, we do a lot. We have two medical doctors, sisters. One is I believe she is a brain surgeon, or she works surgery on the brain, and the other one is a internal medicine doctor. They'll be coming on the platform, um, doing education on health and wellness.
Okay. This is fantastic. And so I'm glad that you mentioned mental health. Um, One of the other of the six strategic focus areas that the Wells International Foundation has is the arts, and we are doing a combination arts and women's empowerment project right now called COVID-19 Pages: The Influence and Inspiration of Women. And what that's about is that we are celebrating the work, the essential work that women are doing across the globe to mitigate the effects of COVID-19. And we've invited in our first phase, or for our first phase, we've invited professional women artists to contribute works. In our second phase, we're going to invite, and we're already started, inviting community organizations to contribute. So these will be non-professional women and girls who will create works in the same theme. The theme is that the work is to celebrate a woman or a group of women who is doing something or who are doing something to mitigate COVID-19. And so a couple of months ago, I guess it was in November of 2020, we organized a panel discussion called Creation as Medicine During Challenging Times. And one of the topics that we discussed was how the creation of art is therapy, and how it can be used as a means of releasing and resolving emotional trauma, particularly in cases of global crisis, under situations of global crisis. And one of our speakers actually talked about how the use of art saved a village in South Africa that was only women, because all the men had either died or gone to the city to find work. They thrived during the AIDS pandemic because they created art. And so I'm just wanting to know if, in the work that you're doing with regard to mental health, how much of that might include art as therapy?
We are open. That's, we're constantly evolving and looking for new content, anything that will help and empower. So we're open. Really, really am. And when I read your bio, I said, I already knew that I wanted to connect to offer you the opportunity to, if you would like to be on our platform and share what you do,
Mhm.
we would love to have you, somebody of your caliber. And I see that you have a servant's heart. I have a servant's heart. That's just what it is. I like to connect with people who are willing to serve. I tell people, um, that my greatest title, we both are doctors, but my greatest title is servant, because
Mhm.
that is what God has called me to do. He gives us the gifts to serve others. It is
Mhm.
not for ourselves. So I would be honored to, just ecstatically honored to have you, to have us work this out where you can, and just so you know, the way we do it is all the videos are pre-recorded, so you
Okay.
can do it, and then you upload it to Dropbox, and then the producers move it over to the platform. So it's really kind of simple.
Okay, that's great. And is it interview format, or does the person just speak?
Well, if when you look at it, you'll see that our pastors and preachers, they're individuals. But if you want to record a group of, however you want to do it, if you want to do like a group of women,
Mhm.
you want to do a panel, I don't necessarily tell people how it should look when we invite them, because see, I believe that God has given you the vision.
Mhm.
I can tell you, that I like what you're doing, but the creativity is coming from you.
Okay. Okay, this is fantastic. Oh boy. All right. I have all kinds of ideas flying around in my head
I
right
and you
now.
I know, because you're a visionary. That's what visionaries do. When you start talking, stuff just starts popping in their heads.
Sparks
I
are
do it
flying. I
all
knew
the
they
time.
would. I'm sorry, I had to pop off. Well, actually, my internet died right in the middle, right as we were getting started. But I'm so glad you guys continued. This is great. So,
Yes, yes. Well, we
yeah,
saw you freeze, and then we're like, well,
We're gonna
yeah.
we'll
keep
just
on
My
keep
going.
internet
going.
completely died, and it kept recording. I think because when
Yes.
I popped back on the phone, it looked like it was still recording. So we're going to go with that. I'm going to ask each one of you to kind of sum up what you think might be going forward, and then I'm going to get us off record. You can continue talking if you want to, but let's finish up what we think is happening right now. So Monique, you're already on screen. You want to start?
Sure. So, Jacqueline and I have just been talking about her platform, and she's been educating me on how the platform works, because I'm really just not into, all of this viewing
Streaming.
things. Yes, and talking about the kinds of empowerment programs and speakers that are there, um, and we were talking about women's empowerment and the arts, and how WIF, the Wells International Foundation, or WIF for short, right now has this very, very powerful project that combines both. And we talked about art as creation, the creation of art as therapy, because Jacqueline was saying that mental health is her baby. So we have women, we have the arts, we have mental health, and arts as a tool to use to enable and promote and expand mental health. We just have so much, and so she's invited me to be on the platform, and I am excited. I can just see all kinds of things that we can do together, and voila.
Voila. So Jackie, what do you see
Well,
going
first
forward?
of all, I'm so happy. I can't even tell you. I
Got it
really,
work.
yeah, it is. It definitely has got it work. And thank you, Mary, for just being a connector, because
Yeah,
you're just totally amazing. You really,
yeah.
you just never cease to amaze me every
You wait.
time.
I got another one coming.
Well, good. Keep them
Keep them
coming, because
coming.
Yeah.
we gotta build up the
Mhm.
platform. So something else that you should know, Monique, is that we will be doing advertising, and we think we're going to do very well. with advertising, but we want to give back to the communities in South Africa or wherever it's needed. That's where we want to donate money. We want to be able to help people who, are homeless. And we've been doing that anyway, but we want to do it on a much larger scale.
Mhm.
That is, Annette and I are, we wouldn't even be doing all this. It's not for us so that we can be wealthy. We'll take wealthy now, don't get me wrong. We'll take it, but that's not why we're doing this. That's why
Mhm.
we decided to go from a paid subscription, which was my idea, to a free subscription, because we have so many followers and we know that people are struggling. And even though it was only $5.99 a month, $5.99 a month could be a lot to, someone who is not working, or
Yes.
so that's why we decided to do that. And we'll let the advertisers sponsor.
Mhm.
But one of the great things about this, Monique, is it will give your organization a lot of publicity.
Mhm.
You'll be able to ask for donations or whatever it is that you choose to do on the platform. You'll be open to do that.
Fantastic. Oh my
Mhm.
goodness. That is a blessing. Oh my goodness. Yes. 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 Oh, I embrace that. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for that
I can
opportunity.
see the artwork. I can see you doing the artists, maybe interviewing the artists there and maybe showing some of the artwork that's going on. I'd be curious about that. I would
Yeah.
watch that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And some of the projects that you've got coming up that would be event oriented, that you can have an opportunity to share a little bit of information and bring on maybe one of the women that you've been working with and
Hmm.
show. One of the things, Jackie, that Monique and I kind of explored a little bit when we were talking recently was the idea of legacy. I don't want to call it training, but maybe some coaching around that, where people, women, even if they've retired, they've moved on, now they're not doing the 9 to 5, but they still have something else to give, and they're struggling trying to figure out, what am I leaving behind other than the 9 to 5? What
Hmm.
is there about me? I have more to give. Maybe I haven't received an anointing, or don't know really, what I'm supposed to be doing, and a little bit confused. Is being able to help women tap into their spirit a little deeper so that they can listen to what's going on and figure out what is their path forward. I was telling her, my mom died trying to figure out what her purpose in life was. I mean, she struggled with that all the time. We all tried to help her. Ultimately, she had some mental health blocks that were going on that were preventing her from finding it. But she's not alone. And she was in her 80s, and people still in their 80s think that, what have I got to give?
yeah,
I'm in
yeah,
my 60s, and I'm lucky that I found what I was supposed to give back. But Jackie, we were thinking along those lines too. So that might be an open door as we move forward, whether they be in their 30s, 40s, 50s, wherever.
Yes.
What am I supposed to be doing? How do I
yeah.
get there?
Yes.
So you didn't get a chance to come on the call Sunday, but Leanne, like I tell you, Leanne Cannon has been with me for a long time, and she
Mhm.
has an organization called Dream Achievers Unlimited. That's what she does. I've actually had her at 2 of my live events. Amazing woman. I would like to connect, and I keep saying I was going to connect you, Mary. My schedule,
And
because you putting me out there, people are blowing me up. I'm serious. I'm getting interviews out the wazoo
God's
here.
blowing you up. I'm just part of it.
No, no, yeah. I wasn't getting interviews like this until I connected with you. I'm serious. My schedule is so crazy. That's why I put that calendar up, because I'm like, I can't keep up with this stuff. You go in there, if you see a spot, get in
Get it.
there.
Yeah, gotcha.
But yeah, I would love for you all to meet her too. She's actually in Ohio. Very, very well known too. She's done a lot of work around helping people achieve their dreams and unlocking it. So I want to connect you all too. But that's definitely an area that we need to tap into. And I think I told you, Mary, I did a presentation for Women's History Month in Cary, North Carolina. I think it was called InStep. I think was the name of the organization. And my presentation was walking in your purpose. And when I went to ask the ladies, there's about 200 women there, um, if they knew what their purpose was, like 3 women raised their hand. I really was shocked.
Yeah.
Three.
Mhm,
I'm like,
mhm,
really?
mhm. Yeah,
It doesn't surprise
yeah,
me.
yeah.
It shocked me,
Yeah.
but yeah, that is something we want to tap in. Look, I want you guys, like, sky's the limit. You know, think outside the box. I don't. There's nothing that we cannot empower, women to do. So I'm open. I'm really open. We're now hiring interns because the net is starting to get overwhelmed. So we're going through Indeed, um,
Mhm.
to get some interns to help with the production and uploading and graphics. One other thing I wanted to tell you, Monique, and Mary got me in touch with David Sanderson. Actually, they're finishing up that documentary. We actually made it into a little documentary interview. The man who was, I mean, the plane that landed on the Hudson River.
Oh,
He
yes.
was the last
Yeah,
passenger.
so
Yeah.
right. So they're finishing that up. And then we also have a documentary coming up on autism.
Yeah.
We have a series coming up on, it's called The Call, which one of our bishops, Bishop Whitaker, is talking about how he was called into ministry, and he actually was a big drug dealer. He went to prison. And his story is, I haven't heard it yet, but they say it is so amazing. We just really have great people, music people that do that, the special music sounds and all
Mhm.
that stuff. Annette has studios. She's got a 5-bedroom house. It's just her and her daughter. She has studios in her house.
Okay.
One of our ministers just offered his church as a studio because they're not having church.
Right, right. Oh my God.
It's fantastic.
The sky is the limit. I mean, not even, not even. So I want to speak to what Mary said about legacy and about this. You said it's called Dream Achievers
Her organization is called Dream Achievers Unlimited. Yes.
Unlimited. Okay. So the program that we did in Paris in 2019, we did an entire morning on the topic of legacy, and we talked about personal legacy. We talked about financial legacy, which is, I think, where most people's minds go when they hear the word. And we talked about philanthropic legacy. And we talked about how all three of those things intertwine. And we talked about how they all inform a woman's ability to lead,
Mm,
and how in the end, all of it centers on a person's values. And so again, if you are a person who is not clear on who you are and what your values are,
mm,
then all of those other things are just, you're grasping at straws when
exactly.
you are trying to bring those concepts into your life. And so I think there's a lot of synergy, a lot
Yeah,
of
there
synergy.
is. I'm so excited. I'm telling you, I'm really, really, really excited because my heart is with people. Mary knows. Mary knows how much time I put into those graphics on link. Nobody runs that LinkedIn page but me. I got other people on Facebook, but no, I do all that work.
Okay.
And on Instagram and on Pinterest and
A
Facebook is enough,
lot of
but
work.
it
That's
is
a
a
lot of
lot of
work.
work. It
It
really is.
is.
But I'm so committed. And you know what? God honors the faithful.
Mm.
That I can tell you for sure. That is it is. You can't lose if
Mm-mm,
you're faithful to the call. You can't lose. There's no way.
mm-mm.
I'm a living witness. And I actually did a series on the platform on faith. Um, Go check it out. So I think I did seven videos on
Wow.
faith.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm supposed to be doing more, but right now I'm too busy. But but
We'll try to
that
fill
that
in.
what's that? What'd you say?
I said we'll try to fill in for you. Try to put together
Yes,
some new
yes.
content around that
So
concept. Yeah.
now I'm telling you, Monique. Now you have to promise me that I'll get to come to Paris one day.
Be more than happy to welcome you here. That's a whole additional side of the Wells International Foundation and my husband's and my business, Entree to Black Paris. We've just launched a virtual Black Paris experience that, well, I mean, it is an intro to Black Paris, and it is phenomenal. We did a virtual ladies trip to Paris on New Year's Eve that was supposed to be a couple of hours. It ended up being almost 4 hours. People would not get off the call, and they would just kept saying how much they loved everything, and how.
All right, wait a minute, wait. So now you could keep talking. So now I want you to put that on the platform.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, girl, I can't even speak. Yes. Yes. That would be amazing.
It's entertainment too. And
That
yes, it
is.
is.
Awesome.
It is, but it's educational entertainment.
Yeah.
It is so much fun, and it's curated, you know, and we do this. There's a recorded video that I did actually last summer that came out of Black Lives Matter. It's a very interesting story. We don't have time for it, but we use that video as a basis, and then we stream just the little clips of it, and then I take questions and answers from people about what I've talked about in that video, and it's just extremely compelling.
You and I, okay, so I
Another
got another
sister.
I got another sister. You didn't even let me get it out. I got another sister from another mother. Because
Yeah.
let me tell you, I just actually launched a new movement, and it's about Black women's hair, natural hair,
Uh,
because I am just so over women getting fired for wearing natural hair, and you know, I
I didn't
never
know that was
thought that.
even happening.
oh God.
Oh yeah, I know. I just started it the other day. Oh, you know that women were getting fired? Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh yeah, there was a cheerleader that they kicked her off the team because she had locks. But here's the thing. I I used to relax my hair since I was 12 years old, right? Well,
Mhm,
my mother did.
mhm.
But I'm going to educate Mary right now. So before the relaxer, we used to get our hair pressed with a hot comb on a stove. And let me tell you, the hot comb was metal. Your ears, your ears were getting burnt. Your hair was getting singed. You could see the smoke coming up. That was the abuse we had to take because we needed to look like corporate America or society wanted us to look. Okay, that was what started it. Then, okay, then we went to the relaxers. Okay, now the relaxers are chemicals, and my good friend Dr. Melanie Macklin, who is a celebrity dermatologist, she's done research and it's been around. The chemicals, if you start using them on your young girls, they affect your their reproductive system,
Seems like I have heard something. Yeah.
and so if you notice so many Black women having fibroids, that's part of the reason too. And so all this research is done on these chemicals that Black women are using to get their hair straight. For me, as I grew older, my edges started falling out. And I said, I'm not doing this anymore. These chemicals are making my hair fall out. So I went natural, but it is so not well accepted. I started a movement called No Discrimination Against Natural Hair Movement.
Yeah. You need to touch, when I was traveling, there was this girl on TV, and I don't know if you saw it or not, this Black girl who used Gorilla Glue on her
Yes,
hair.
I
Oh
saw
yeah,
that.
they
And
use.
first of all,
That's the new
figure out
with the
why that
weaves.
was a good idea, right? But she
Yeah.
was trying to slick it, and at
Yeah.
first I thought maybe she mistook the bottle for something else, but she read the label, and because it didn't say you couldn't use it on your hair, she thought it was okay to do so. And when they checked back with her a couple of weeks later after hours in the ER, they couldn't get it out. And so she was kind of literally stuck with it. And it had hurt because as it was drying, it was pulling her scalp and everything. I'm like, my goodness,
And
what
now the
go
lace
to?
front wigs, they're putting the lace front wigs now, they're putting glue on those. I've never had them. Monique, have you seen that, Monique?
I saw something about that, but I didn't even really know what was going on. You know, I saw, but it was a white woman. She had a purple wig, and she put I guess it was a stocking cap on her head, and she put some
Yeah.
kind of stuff on it, and then she dried it, and then she put on the wig, and then dab stuff around here, and then
Yep.
she and I didn't really understand what was going on.
Well, that keeps it from moving. I mean, I've never had one, but it keeps it from moving. But all I'm saying is this is who God made us. And
Yeah.
I actually did an article on LinkedIn. Is I think LinkedIn is blocking it, but I did an article on it because we didn't come out with straight hair. This is what we came out with. So why can't we be who we are? That's
Right.
Mhm.
all I'm saying. It
Yeah.
has nothing to do with, a lot of people think we're trying to make some kind of statement. We're trying to be rebellious. No, we're just trying to be who we are.
Let us
Mhm.
be who we are.
Let's
Yes.
be who we are.
Exactly.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Well, thank you
Yeah.
for enlightening me on that one. I did not know
Oh yeah.
all that you.
Oh, hair is just a
Yeah,
huge topic.
it's crazy.
It is. I love your hair too, Monique.
Oh, thank
Mhm.
you. I've been natural for many years. Many years. And before that, I wore braids. So when I got my first corporate job, I went in braids. And there were two, no, there was one black, no, there were two. There were two black women on the staff in the on the team, where I had been hired in. And one of them was much older than me. I actually was her supervisor. And she said, "You mean to tell me that they haven't made you take those out?" I'm
Oh
like,
wow.
"No, no one has said a word to me." And I wore those braids the whole time that I worked there. And it was like eureka. It was amazing. Everybody was like, "My God, they're not saying anything to you." I'm like, "No." But it was clearly expected that somebody would say something and that somebody would
Mhm.
ask me to take them out.
Right. There was a news reporter. They actually fired her for wearing natural hair. And I mean, there's actually, I started a Twitter page on it, and I post nothing but articles of women who were discriminated because of their hair. They actually passed a law in certain states that you can't discriminate, but it's not in all 50 states yet.
Mhm.
That you can't discriminate based on hairstyle. But I mean, that's why I was telling you, Mary, the challenges that we face, half the people don't even know, don't have a
No.
clue
Yeah.
about it. I mean, I was when I worked for corporate America, I worked for the electric company, PSC&G, the largest electric company in New Jersey. And I tried to transfer to another location, and the manager called my supervisor and said, "If you take our black woman, we'll take yours."
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got some stories.
Okay.
I
All
really
right.
do. But they made me who I am. They made me very aware, and how to um, carefully talk about these topics without offending people.
Mhm.
Because I want people to understand that this is not a radical move. We're just trying to educate on on what's real, what
Mhm.
really happens.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a good advocate. You really
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Influencer.
I am so happy that we have met. Oh.
I am, girl. Look, you well, see that smile on my face? That's real.
Oh, this is great.
That's real. I'm still laying in the bed, so y'all, I wasn't turning
That's
on
all
no
right.
camera.
I
I
came,
get up
you
and I
came from a
work in my
hair of me
bed.
having no makeup on and in my pajamas still. That close.
But
Uh,
this is great.
yeah. Is it Jackie? Are you the one that's recording this? Because I realize that mine popped
No,
up on my
I
internet.
it,
am.
You are. Okay,
Mhm.
somebody is. Well, I'm glad that you are. So if I may have to ask for it at some point because mine bailed on me when the internet bailed. But this has been terrific, guys. Thank you so much for the time. And I think it's very worthwhile. Very
Pleasure.
it
worthwhile. And
is.
I can't wait to see, how you guys communicate. Now, you guys have each other's email addresses and all that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm going to
So
leave it
so
to
Monique,
you.
I can't. I mean, the best way to actually talk is on Zoom for us, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, so if I need to talk to you, I'll send you a Zoom, because what the next steps are, I probably want to do a Zoom call with you and Annette,
Okay.
my business partner, because I always let her know what's going on, and
Mhm.
she's gonna love it too.
Okay.
And then we'll just go from there. You can start recording. What we do ask is that you give your series or session or whatever you're doing, give it a title.
Okay.
If you're going to do a, a series, a 6 or 5 part series, you
Hmm.
give that a title too. If you're just going to do one show, give that a title. And that's how we do it. We do, they do edit it and, make sure that it's ready.
Okay.
So
It's going
yeah,
to be in
that
an MP4 format, I think, Monique. So
Okay.
you will just take it straight from when you save it to your computer, and then you'll upload that to a Dropbox account, just
Okay.
like it is. And make
Okay.
sure you let Jackie and Annette know when you've done that.
Okay. And what is the length? Is it supposed to be an hour or is it supposed to be 20 minutes? What is the length?
we don't really give a time, but we don't want you to go over an hour.
Okay.
But anything between that is fine.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what will happen is Annette will create a Dropbox folder for you. Mary and I share one. She just uploaded a interview, and
Mhm.
she's uploading her interviews to our page too. But you'll have your own folder and you'll drop it in there, and then the production people will grab it and put it on the platform.
Okay.
Right now, they're a little slow getting them over there because they don't have a lot of help.
Mhm.
But when we get our interns, we're going to be in a much better shape.
Okay. Fantastic. Oh, all
I
right.
know, I know. My sisters, my queen sisters, we call BWE, we call each other queens.
We
So
are.
my queen sisters, I thank God for you. Also, Monique, I know you don't, I don't know how technical you are, but we use an app called GroupMe. And I know we have a woman that's in Barbados and she can get on there. Now, if you want to join and meet the rest of the team, you will have to download GroupMe, and I can add you based on your email. I
Is it
can,
group me
it's,
or group
yes,
meet?
it's GroupMe.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. I'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, because that way you can keep up with everything that we're doing. I like everybody to be informed.
Mhm.
Annette is really good on recording our meetings. We meet once a month on
Yeah.
Zoom. I don't know if you got a chance to
Keeps it
look
on
at it,
track
Mary.
too. She's really good as a facilitator. She keeps it moving forward. And what I really like is, because I listened to the last one, Jackie,
Mm-hmm.
is you learn where things are headed and who all is putting other content
Yep.
on there, so it gives you ideas of
Okay.
what you can do.
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't that nice. Yeah, she does. She's a smart cookie.
Yeah.
She's my son's age, so she calls me mom.
Okay.
But she's so talented. I mean, just crazy talented.
All
And
right.
God brought us together.
Mhm.
It's
Okay.
good.
All right. I
Awesome,
love it. I
guys.
love it.
Thank you so much. I look
Thank
forward to seeing what else
you.
is happening. Okay.
Yeah, and I will get this recording to you, Mary. I'm pretty sure that I will need to send it to you because I think when you froze, the recording thing went away.
I think
And
it stopped.
yeah,
Yeah. And so I wasn't sure when I saw recording back up there. When I came back, I wasn't sure if it was mine until I clicked in. I realized it wasn't mine. So yeah, when you
And
can,
Mary, we got our interview tomorrow.
yes,
Okay.
got it.
All right.
I'll be
Thank
all
you, ladies.
righty.
Love y'all. I'll
Love
talk to
right.
y'all
you
too.
soon. All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.